Hey, welcome in everybody. JT here on behalf of the daily general discussion on our Ethereum. Once again, thanks to the EV Mavericks DAO for hosting yet another amazing Doots Live podcast. This is number 130. Happy Halloween, everybody. I got my friend Kenny here from Pics, or it didn't happen.xyz. Say hello, my friend.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for having me on. Can't wait to chat poidh.
I am excited to chat about poidh too. Literally, Ben Broad, one of our Farcaster heroes for the Daily Doots podcast, brought you to the podcast, and this all looks super interesting. And I cannot wait to get into this. I should mention that I'm dressed up as my day job. One of my day jobs is I'm an assistant to the substitute part-time construction delivery driver for a construction company here in Kansas City. So I got my high vis on. I was gonna wear the McDonald's outfit, but I thought it was a little too close to home for my personal life, and so I left that on the closet. Happy Halloween, anyway. Yeah. So
happy Halloween.
I hope all the Ethereans and especially those EV Mavericks out there, I hope you guys are full-size candy bar type households. We're a very loving community and in the Ethereum world, and we love celebrating our builders. And today, like I said, we got Kenny from poidh. Poidh.xyz, social bounties. It looks like we got some kind of media stuff here. What's going on, my man? I want to talk about this, but before we do, I want to get a little bit of your personal origin story. Not so much of the when did you first hear about Bitcoin, but like what kind of led you down this path of developing and becoming a software engineer, or what is your role with poidh? Let's start with that.
Yeah, so first off, I'm not actually a software engineer at all, not a dev at all. My background is actually in search engine optimization.
Awesome.
SEO.
Let's start from there. So once you went down that journey, when did you first start feeling out the idea of doing smart contracts or getting into the blockchain space?
Yeah, so I know you said don't go into when you first found Bitcoin, but I've been around for a while. And yeah, I got to say happy Bitcoin white paper day, right?
Nice.
Halloween. So I used to write for Bitcoin magazine back in 2014.
Awesome.
And that actually led to the SEO journey because I was just like a broke kid, just graduated college. I got a poli-sci econ degree. You know, you can't get a job with that, right? So I'm like writing articles on the internet. Bitcoin magazine was paying $100 per article paid in Bitcoin back then. So like I hopped on that, right? I was kind of interested in it. And that was the introduction to, the world of crypto, right? And I loved it, but there also was like a brutal bear market, right after 2014. So I was into it. I earned some Bitcoin. I subsequently spent that on rent. Really should have held the stuff from back then, right? But
yeah, but you had to have a place to stay, and you had the means to pay for it. So I mean, that's money, right?
Exactly. I think anybody all you all have been around for a while, right? Like we had crypto, we had it, we spent it. Is what it is, right?
Yep.
But that bear market happens, right? And I realized I have to get like a real job, and so I've been doing freelance writing, doing articles. If you're in that world, you kind of get into the SEO world too, right? Because you're thinking, I'm writing this thing. How do I get people to discover it on the internet?
Right.
There's nothing more brutal as a writer, right? You spend all your time and effort. You're like, oh, nobody's finding this thing. And so you learn about SEO, and I went down that rabbit hole. I worked at an e-commerce company, was involved running their blog, and then got hired on an SEO agency, and I was doing the SEO agency grind for, I was like 2017 through 2022. Now, during that time, I was also still very connected to the crypto world, right? Like I was still tracking what was going on. I actually ran a website called cryptocurrencyposters.com back in like 2018. It was like drop shipping of shirts and posters with like crypto logos on it. And I kind of used it as like my SEO testing ground. I ranked #1 for Coinbase alternatives for a while, right?
Nice.
And I was getting like money through that sort of stuff. So I was always paying attention, always hanging out on crypto Twitter and whatnot. And so obviously, 2021 comes around, big bubble, a lot of stuff going on. And it was at that point that I was like, I really want to be involved in the industry full time. And so that led to becoming an in-house SEO at a company called Block Native.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever heard of
Yeah.
it before?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Block Native's Ethereum infrastructure company. So I was doing that for a bit. Also worked with a company called d.xyz, did some SEO for them. But then since then, I've gone full time where I just do SEO consulting for crypto companies in general, some non-crypto, boring B2B SaaS stuff too. But that's my daytime job, right? Full-time thing is like I do SEO consulting, but at the same time, I'm a hardcore crypto user. I have wanted more real, tangible things that you can do with crypto and like use cases and products that are only possible with crypto. Because I love this industry and I look around and frankly, like I can't tell my buddy, oh, go do some DeFi farming, right? Or like, go speculate on this coin, this meme coin or that meme coin, right? I want stuff people can do that isn't gambling, frankly.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. And so that is where the idea for Poid came from. And it was actually thinking the specific thought process was around like an on-chain health insurance fund, as strange as this is, right? And it was just me trying to think like, all right, there have to be ways that we can use this future money, this internet money to pool capital and get things done in the real world more efficiently. There have to be ways to do this, right? I'm a bit of a DAO nerd too, thinking about that sort of thing. And my thought process was always, how could you have this fund that anybody could pay into and anybody could try to claim the fund too, and it wouldn't get robbed? Right, because that's the big problem is if you have that and it's all permissionless, you're always worried about somebody running off with the money. And so I settled on this idea of you would have specific tasks, and the people that contributed, they could vote on whether or not the person who's putting in a claim actually did this thing or actually deserved the money. And so I call them like micro DAOs, right? And so that is where this whole Pics or It Didn't Happen Poid app came from, was that thought process and really trying to solve a useful problem. On the front end, we're just a fun, silly app, right? But on the back end, there is a more meaningful on-chain governance primitive we're trying to get started.
When you mentioned writing for Bitcoin Magazine in 2014, I remember that was the first time I really heard of it, was around right after that. Maybe in that same year, there was a documentary called Rise and Rise of Bitcoin, and it had a young Vitalik Buterin in there. Also, I think at that time, writing for Bitcoin Magazine. That's pretty cool. That's a neat origin story. Let's go into Poid then. So in a nutshell, if I lay this out in my own head and try to express it to you, I'm wondering from a 50,000 foot level if I'm kind of on par. Anybody can make a bounty, a social bounty that others can claim, and using pictures to do it. Does that sum it up somewhat?
Yeah, that's about right. The only thing that I would add in there is they can make a social bounty, but what makes it a social bounty is that anybody else can come in and put additional funds on top, right? So we're running this Halloween contest, this Degen Halloween costume contest. I think the original amount of money that I put in was $50-ish. It's all we run on 3 chains: Arbitrum Base and Degen chain. So the Degen chain ones are a little bit tough to do the math. It was like 12,222 gen. The Gen, I think that was $25. So I started this as a $25 Halloween costume contest, and then Josic, who's the founder of Degen Token, he came in and he put in 263,000 Degen, which is 500. Right? That boosts it up a lot. So that's the social aspect that makes it fun and makes it, I'll also say, like an incentivization market, right? If you see something you want to get done, you can come in there and you can nudge it with your money too.
Okay. That's cool. So if people think something's a lot of fun, they can sweeten that pot up a little more. And then what is it? People vote on it?
So the way that it works is that the bounty creator, right, me, I am the only person who can select a winner.
Oh, you poor thing.
However, However, there's a 48-hour voting period where Josic, because he put in more money than me, he could
Oh.
veto.
Oh
Right?
my
There's an on-chain
gosh.
locked in, right? So he's able to incentivize it, but he doesn't have to trust me,
Oh
right?
wow.
Because we're buddies, like it's all good. And most of the time, it's very optimistic, right? It's like, oh, most of the time the bounty creator is going to be act in good faith. But there is, because I am obsessed with the decentralized, trustless nature of this industry, I would never build something where people are giving up trust their money, right? I think this is very unique in that you can incentivize things, but you don't lose access to your money.
Wow, that's fun. Okay. Go through that one more time. You made the bounty, okay? You made the contest. Another person can contribute, or multiple people. If they contribute more than you contributed, they have an option within that 48-hour window to veto.
Mhm.
But ultimately, you get to decide how many vetoes can there be.
So they can veto me as many times as they want, right? I'm the only person who can nominate a claim for vote. And the reason why this is because think of this problem. If I let anybody, like say that anybody who puts in money, they can nominate a claim for vote, then somebody could come in here with $1,000. They could put $1,000 in the pot. They could submit their own claim. They could set their own claim to vote, and they just stole our money. Because they have majority voting share, right? So this is that way to protect against that. The only, anything can be exploited. Poid could be exploited, but you would need a bounty creator who's working in tandem with somebody putting in funds, right? The bounty creator has to trick people into putting money in, which, I mean, that's just normal scam behavior. It can happen with anything, right? You can't protect that. So it's really leaning on that social reputation and saying, well, the only reason Josic put this money in, the Degen founder, is because he trusts me in the first place. So a lot of it is being offboarded to the social layer, the social trust layer. And we are built on top of Farcaster, right? Where this is all done with wallets, but you can see somebody's PFP when it's attached to a Farcaster profile, right? Yeah. And it looks like I do need to clean this up. There's been some duplicate submissions and stuff, and so I can hide it a bit. Oh yeah, there you go. So you're exploring. You can click on anybody's profile too.
Okay.
Maybe and if you go here, click on the claims tab over here on the right-hand side.
Claims. Got it.
Yep, right there. And there you can see everything this person has ever submitted. And if you click one of these, you can go to that bounty page where they submitted on, right? And so there's this whole graph we're building of people recording real world stuff, and it's all tied to wallets, and they're getting paid for it, and they're earning points for it, right? We do have a points program that's not tied to any token or anything. That's more I'm a big Reddit guy, right? And Reddit is Reddit's just this online forum where people are working for fake internet points, right? And so when you look at, maybe if you can go back to the Halloween contest page, actually, and I'll show you a profile of somebody who's really done a lot. Keep scrolling down, and you see right there the Silent Hill nurse. Scroll up a little bit. The very bloody one there on the right hand side.
On the right hand side.
Yeah. Okay, so click her profile. Xerox Kesha. She's been doing stuff on the app for a year. She actually applied to last year's PYDH bounty too. And so yeah, you can see a ton of the stuff that she's done. I'm surprised she hasn't won anything on this wallet. She's won stuff on her old wallet. So she should have had points. If you scroll all the way to the top again, to the home page.
Go to the home page.
Just click the logo. Yeah, click the logo in the top left there.
Okay.
And then let's go click on the beer mile world record for runner, that top one.
That's awesome. I don't know if anybody in the audience has ever watched the beer mile before, but it is incredible. Like, they have to, if I remember correctly, the starting line has a beer. They go around the track. They have to drink another beer at the finish line. 3 more beers. It's 4 beers. And
4 beers every lap.
The world record is like under 4 minutes and 30 seconds, maybe, or under 5. Like, insane.
Yeah, 439.
439.
In collaboration with Runner on Based. Shout out those guys, Spit Funko Lips. He's put in a lot of money for this one.
Okay.
Because we did just win. Like, we had a big record that we broke. Like, we broke the world record for kickflips in 1 minute. I don't know if you.
I think I saw something on X. I was a little confused. So that was your platform that was sponsoring it? Holy crap.
So if you click the logo up there, top left, again, we'll go on a little bit of a detour and go to past bounties. So this is, you got to scroll up.
Okay, gotcha.
And you see that logo.
Yep.
We got to make that more apparent. Sorry for the bad UX.
No, you're
so
fine.
There you go. Kickflip world record for Degen. So click that. And so that was Dave Baczynski, skateboarding pro, $30,000 in Degen. You can see that's the aftermath of the voting there.
Wow.
Yeah, but I will point out, because this is important for the on-chain voting mechanism, that it's only 50% of voting members vote no, then something won't get paid out. So people can abstain, they cannot take part, as long as the majority of voters actually approve. But yeah, this is Dave Baczynski. If you click his profile, you'll see he's now the QIDH points leaderboard winner, because 20,000 points, right? He earned a lot. So you only earn points when you pay out a bounty, or if you earn a bounty, right? And then one other thing I'll say, like, he come back and he actually ran some bounties this weekend for skateboarders, because he has a huge Instagram presence. So if you click that middle, the top middle card there,
purchase a board from your local.
Yeah, this was a fun story where, like, there's $100 bounty he put out, and somebody just had to go to their local skate shop and buy a board and then do a trick. And you can click the Instagram link in that claim card there.
Yeah.
And you can see that video.
Oh my gosh. And
that Instagram link is embedded on chain too. Like, that's every time somebody claims, it's a transaction on the blockchain. Like, that's going to be there forever. That's embedded on Base.
So yeah, the hash of it. And so you can post, you can either post pictures directly to the site, or you can link an Instagram post.
Yeah, you can link an Instagram post. You do have to upload an image every time.
Okay, so there is a mandatory still image, and then you can add whatever after that. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fun.
If you go back to that page, though, part of the fun of this is, like, and then go back to Dave Baczynski's page. You will see. So go to the NFTs tab there.
Oh, cool.
So when you pay out a bounty, you collect that as an NFT.
I love this. So, a person that wants to, this is cool. So a person wants to give away some money to some people for doing different things. They're also able to produce an NFT. They earn points by making bounties, and then the winners earn points as well. What this Instagram thing is really cool, because the guy really took time to make a decent video of the entire experience from the looks of it. So it's a pretty content rich way to preserve data on chain for really fun, tasks. That's really neat.
Yeah, that's all that we're about is, how can we produce cool content? And you're doing it in a way, like, there's a lot of conversations right now about social platforms and crypto that want to produce content. We think we're one of the best at producing content, right? Like, I think it would be hard pressed to find a piece of content produced by crypto that got more love than, like, Dave Baczynski's Instagram post where he breaks the world record.
That was
right?
massive.
Like, 20,000 likes, and, like, it was all positive comments. And it's for crypto content, because he says at the beginning of that video, he says, "This is for Degen." Like, that was part of it, right? Is that forever, that video where he breaks the world record, it will be tied to this Degen meme coin project. So that was part of getting the funding for it. I didn't pay for it. I worked with a DAO called the Haberdashery on Farcaster, really some awesome people. And then Degen, again, Jacek, the founder of that, he put in some money because he believed in it, and we were able to produce a really cool piece of content. So, we're a marketing platform, we're a social platform, we're a lot of different things. That's probably the biggest drawback to Poidh is there's many things in one in this app.
We should have the EV Mavericks DAO put out a bounty to anyone that can get Vitalik on our podcast.
There you go. Okay, and so you know what's fun too? Do you feel comfortable hooking up a wallet, or do you not want to reveal your address?
No.
And
I
your
will.
screen?
Hold on. I actually fired up my Lattice one because I meant to connect already. So let me get this done. I'll connect to, and normally I have a second camera so people can see the Lattice one when I'm signing transactions and stuff because those are dope.
Yeah.
Let me see here. I should have my my jtnickel.eth account is now live. Let's do something.
So if you go to the home page again.
Okay.
And click create bounty, just the big red button there at the bottom of it.
Got it.
The big joystick button.
Okay.
And so bounties are fairly simple. Like the design of this, we want to make it as easy as say like sending a tweet, right?
Right.
There's a lot of bounty platforms out there that they make things a bit overcomplicated, in my opinion. So if you wanted to do one, I can send you some ETH after this to pay for this.
No. I'll pay for it. I want to do it. Okay. I got you.
You want to do a $5 bounty, right? And just go take a screenshot of this podcast we're recording right now.
Okay.
Right?
Take a screenshot of this podcast right now. Should I put the title?
Yeah, sure. I mean, and it'll be embedded on chain forever. That is too. The bounties are all fully on chain. So think about that. You're spamming. You can do it on Base or Arbitrum, whatever you want, but you're going to be embedding this on the blockchain forever.
A simple screenshot will do. Reward will be.
Will they know what this podcast is, or are you going to need to put a URL in there?
I think I kind of enjoy this when you're doing it like this, because if they're really watching, they should know. So it's almost like an insider thing. So anybody who sees this is just browsing Poid, they're not going to know what the heck this is. But if you're actually watching, you're going to be able to do this instantly.
God, I pretty much did that spot on. You know what? I'm gonna sweeten it a little bit. 0.0025. Yeah.
For the album, though, make sure to put EV Mavericks. And so our albums are like subreddits. So nobody's ever made one in the EV Mavericks album, right? But now there's going to be an EV Mavericks URL, and anybody can post a bounty in there, and it'll be one collected group of bounties all related.
Too generous, JT. $20? You're crazy.
Let's go. I mean, this is fun.
I'll add another 5 on top.
Oh, and you can add more. Great. Base. Yeah. Let's see. Hopefully I got some ETH on base. I better. God dang it. I know I had some at one point. Okay. So I'm signing on the Lattice now.
Beautiful.
I wonder if I can. Here we go. Right there. Boom. All right. Got it.
Oh.
Let's do it. Freaking rad. I love doing stuff like this. I love that you're trying like anything but gambling. I get it. I love it. This is like a real social thing.
Yeah, and you got it.
Yay, team.
All right, so now you have a URL. If you click on EV Mavericks, you can see your album page that you guys have now. It'll be right down there right above the dollar amount.
Oh, wow. Yay. I should have I got a sound effect here.
And then when bounties get completed, it'll all show up in past bounties. But yeah, I'm adding some funds right now.
How freaking cool. Share bounty. Let's put it out on let's put this out on Farcaster. Actually, we're live on Twitter too, so I'll just cast to both places. How freaking fun is this? All right, chat, get in there. Come on, take a screenshot. I'll put this.
All right, well, this is embarrassing. I barely have any fun, so I'm only gonna be able to put in 0.00069 ETH.
Hey, that's a meme number already. I like it. It's like 2 really small people getting after it. Okay. Excellent. Nice. Somebody getting it? This is your chance. Okay. Enough of that shit. Oh man. Let's see. I got a Go team somewhere. I made a Go team from back in the days when I was working for Grid Plus, but I don't know if I still have it in here. Oh, I do. Here it is. Go team. Yeah, it's pretty.
There we go.
It's pretty unnecessary.
Right. And if you refresh, my money's in there now too. So I think we got B Broad.
We got 26. We have 2 contributors. Myself, Ben Broad is in there. Kenny's on the
you might
way.
have to do a hard refresh on it then.
No, you're there.
There it is. Okay.
How freaking awesome. There's $26.56 at the current ETH price right now. All you got to do is take a screenshot of this podcast. We are live on X. We're live on Twitch. We're live on YouTube. And we're live in my mom's basement. So I hope that you're watching out there. And if you are, here's your chance to go snag a little bit of dough from a Pics, or it didn't happen.xyz.
You can just say poidh too.
Poidh is great.
I used to be very vigilant about telling people like poidh. You got to say the whole thing, poidh, and then the community just started calling it poidh, and it's easier. A little bit silly, but it works.
I like it. Yeah, just reiterating also what it's about too. But yeah, poidh is the shit. I'm loving this already. Ben Broad says, Kenny, I'm sure you'll get into it. Talk about we did the kickflip Guinness record, and Ben also is reminding me that several EV Mavericks are in the haberdashery DAO that funded the kickflip. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so shout out to the EV Mavericks for being in there and getting stuff done. That's freaking awesome.
Definitely.
How long has poidh been live?
So we started 2 years ago. August 2023, and that was like a super rough skeleton. You can actually see the old version if you go to classic.poidh.xyz.
Classic.
Yeah, and this was only on Arbitrum. It was also only on Arbitrum, and it wasn't social. Like, it was strictly peer-to-peer. It was you create a bounty, and then you confirm a bounty for people, right? Gotcha. And so, like, we all always had the same silly color style, though. That has never changed. But you can even see the bounties on this one, see what was paid out. So yeah, we started there, and this whole time, it's really just me building this in my spare time. We're 100% open source. You can go look at the code on GitHub, right? You can go become a contributor if you want to. And it's always been 100% open source since the beginning. And so I am not a dev. I just, I know how to do some like HTML, right? That's like SEO guy. Like SEO guy, I'm used to just handing stuff off to a web dev to do. However, that did prepare me to work with open source devs, and like shout out Farcaster. It's been amazing for being able to give me the ability to find devs to work with, and have had some amazing people pop on. They do great work. The rate of development for poidh is probably like maybe we get like 5 dev hours per week. So that's what this has been built up over, right? Like, we're still adding features where it's like, that's obvious. We should have had it a long time ago. We're like, yeah, but we build slow here. So that's how it's going. Oh yeah. So see somebody.
Hey, looks like we got somebody, huh? Am I the first one? Ghost Bow 4. I'm going with Ghost Bow 4. Take a screenshot. I think we got a screenshot. Yeah. Looks like a screenshot of the podcast right now, maybe.
Yeah. So if you go back to the bounty page.
Let's go back to the bounty page. All right. Get out of Classic. Go to here we go. I'm going to just refresh it one more time. Yeah, I screw up. All right.
Account page.
Go to my account page up here. It's my person. Okay. Got my person, my bounties. Take a screenshot. 3 contributors, 3 transactions. No claims yet. Submit yours first. Ghost Bow 4, you got to do it on chain. Ooh, I think that's it, right? So this one was first?
Yeah, you can see by the claim ID.
The claim ID number. Okay, so the lower the number. Okay.
We're slowly creeping up to 10,000 claims all time.
Hey, that's awesome, man. That's pretty good.
But yeah, after this podcast, we probably get there. Probably get there today.
Let's do it today. Let's do it. Halloween, it's time.
But so now, because it's you can submit this for vote, right? You can do our little on-chain democracy here, right?
Gotcha.
Because
let's do it.
Unless you want to wait, you can also wait for more people. And something I'll tell, actually, like often I will do these contests, and then leave them open a little bit longer than people expect, and I'll send $1 USDC to other claimants and stuff like that, because you can just copy everybody's wallet address and send them to them directly. So it's really easy to just use Poid as your contest platform and then do manual rewards outside of the actual on-chain stuff.
And can you put time limits on it?
There's no time limits unless you manually put it in there.
But you can enable that.
Yeah, that would make our contract way more complex. Right now, the Poid contract is dead simple, and I do like that from the perspective of security. Right, that's a big concern. Obviously, you're never 100% certain with stuff that's on chain, but it has been pretty battle tested. Right, we had $30,000 in there and it didn't get stolen, so that was awesome. And knock on wood, though, you never know.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I try to keep things as basic as possible for the simplicity, and then because it is fundamentally me as a crypto user, as a crypto person, that I think that we can make crypto tools that don't have to be super complex, and they can still be fun, and they can still be useful to the general public.
Okay, so you're saying there is currently an ability, let's say you leave it open for a day, let's say you're going to award a first place, a second place, a third place, a fourth place, so on. You could do that. So you could give like a portion of the proceeds, and if everybody approves of your vote as the person that created the bounty, that then you could give the main pot to the first person. But if you do so choose, you could give a smaller pots to second or third or what have you.
Yeah, and it's all done manually. Like if you click, see that little copy icon next to their name on the claim card?
Oh, I see. That's their address.
Yeah, if you click that, it's going to copy the address. And you can do whatever you want with it. Right?
Okay,
let's
do this. Let's do this. I want to keep this open. I want to keep it open for a little bit until we kind of get to where we're going to wrap up, which I want to be respectful of your time, but also it's Halloween and I got grandkids and I got to get stuff going. But
it's all good.
What I'll say is I'll drip a few funds to anyone else that takes a screenshot of this podcast for the rest of the time, and I'll throw a little your way too, because we're full size candy bar people on Halloween around here. Okay, I want to make sure that we get the king size for the winner, which is around $25 or so, and then I'll throw some candy out there for anybody else. Let's do this. What are we at? 140 right now. Let's leave it open until about 150. We'll check back in, and then I can, as we're wrapping up or whatever on your portion of the show, we can get some people paid out. What is next for Poid? I think it's running fine right now. You're just getting the wheels greased out there. You're getting some notoriety. You're working on claim number 10,000. You got a world record in the books. You're making some noise now. Where are you going to be next? Are you going to have you done the conference stuff yet? Or are you just trying to make sure the product works really well for now? What's going on?
Yeah, I worry about the product working really well. And then, like, I got a family. I got 2 young kids dressing up as Team Rocket tonight. Boys are obsessed with Pokemon right now. So, yeah, it's a hard sell. Like, I spend the free time that I have, which isn't a ton of free time, right, working on this app. So it's a bit of a hard sell to the wife to be like, all right, now let me go party at some conferences and pitch this app to people, right?
Oh, shit.
What is next for it? We're continuing to work on the basics of making this a really good social app. Like, we don't even have Farcaster notifications going out properly for like, oh, somebody added funds to your bounty, right? That's not being done. We are going to add a feed page, right, where you can just scroll through, because if you look at the homepage, it doesn't look active, and I want to have a page where people can just scroll and see, oh, a claim was submitted, a claim was submitted, a claim was submitted, somebody made a bounty, somebody added funds to a bounty, right? And they can see that beating, heartbeat of Poid. If you do go look, if you click on the magnifying glass, this is a pretty new development here in that we have this explore function now, and you can see all the albums.
Oh, cool.
Right? The one I'm really proud of is Public Goods.
There we go.
And we do try to lean into like, how can you use Poid to improve communities? Because remember, like, the whole idea for this, it came out of me thinking of how do you have a healthcare fund, right? You know, fundamentally, I believe that the best use case for crypto is filling in a lot of the gaps in local governance, national governance that we see, because governments touch everybody's life, and there's no point. There's no single actor that more people deal with that they're kind of frustrated with the performance of than governments. Everybody knows this. Everybody isn't in love with that. So if we can use crypto stuff to fill in that gap a bit, I think that could be a massive use case and help fix our reputation, which frankly, a lot of people hear crypto and they just don't think of great, nice things. So if you click on past bounties in the public goods album, you can see a lot of the stuff that we've done, right? This last one that was done, that was like filming a review for a local small business, and a guy in Austin did that and filmed this beer garden, right? Or it's like planting trees or removing garbage or sharing a local custom. Yeah, I love this album, and I really want to lean into albums and people like you all. You know, you built around EV Mavericks that came out of Reddit, correct?
Yeah, that's our home.
Right, yeah, and I love Reddit. Like, I'm a big Redditor. The R can also be for Reddit. That was my home. Like, was on there in 2010, way back in the day, right? And I want POIDH albums to become like that, to become this home where people are hanging out and making stuff happen together. And so I will say that is another massive piece of where Poid can go is, we need to have conversations happen directly on the app itself. I think you saw that there's comment sections under the bounties, but that's just us pulling in stuff that's happening on Farcaster. You can't post a comment on Poid itself. I want that. I really want the entire thing to look like Reddit, right? Where people can upvote and downvote claims. You were kind of talking about voting on claims before. I would love to have that happen in an organic way where the bounty creators can tell people, hey, upvote or downvote these claims, and I'll pick whichever one you guys upvote or downvote, right? So you still have that mechanism, but you can lean on your community as well.
There was I think potholes. Like you said a thing out there where it's like, go fill a pothole for, here's $30 to go fill a pothole, but making it regional to like, for me, it'd be like Kansas City, just to see who would actually, I forget who it was that was doing it. They were buying pothole filling material on Amazon. And then it was like they were drop shipping it near where the pothole was. And then they would like go and fill it and send the city a bill as a contractor. But it was like, it was, I don't know. It was just kind of one of those they were doing it as a meme thing, but it was actually helpful. But yeah, this is fantastic. I love all this stuff, man. This is really neat.
Thank you. So yeah, we're trying to get that, to make that happen. Personally, I have these founder decisions to make of like, how much do I focus on my SEO career? And like, this is what I love, this is the product I love that I'm building. And, we might investigate trying to raise funds, talk to VCs or whatever. And there's a lot of fundraising stuff out there as well in the community these days, where it's like, hey, maybe we could, I would love to hire a full-time dev, right? And see what I can do, right? Being able to build this with just part-time open source devs. I think if we have a full-time dev and I go full-time on it, we could really accelerate it. But for now, we're just, hey, let's keep making fun bounties happen. Let's keep making fun content happen and just see where things go from there, because there's already so much stuff to work on. And when the time comes to make the decision around going full time or not, I'm sure it will, the right answer is going to present itself.
Well, by the way, Ghost says, hello, Kenny. He says, what's up, MFers? He goes, I remember the DGen bounties. I won 10K DGen once. So there you go, Ghost. You're going to be getting a little bit of ETH today, I have a feeling. Also, Kenny, since you love Reddit so much, I don't know if you're aware of this, but I started this thing called the Doots back during the pandemic as an effort to recognize people that post in our daily discussion. And what I did was I used Reddit Enhancement Suite here. If you're used, do you know about Reddit Enhancement Suite?
I do.
So I use the tagging. I use the tagging to make a point system out of the tags. So, for instance, user minuscule penis made it to the Daily Doots. So his Duder 2 becomes a Duder 3, and so on and so forth. So over time, and then we got Tricky Troll, who does this every day. He picks the best of what was in the thread yesterday, posts it to the current daily. Okay. And then we have the A word that makes our weekly list. And then we have the entire res file goes to Hani Abu, and he has dailydoots.com where you can see the leaderboard for all the people that have made it to the list at least one time. Okay. And then what we did, it's actually ongoing right now, is we have, let me go to the overview. Yeah. You can mint a POAP if you're on this list. You can mint a POAP, and we have, your daily Duder platinum tiers, anybody that's made the list more than 100 times, and so on and so forth. And we have gold tiers, silver, bronze, and participant. It's pretty neat, and people can claim a POAP. So there's a little bit of cross pollination, I think, that we could use here with what you're building.
Yeah, and so you're all about this, right? And that's what I'm trying to do is I want Poid to be this other thing that plugs in on chain where people are proud of the NFTs that they've collected. They're proud of the amount of bounties that they've paid out. And you bringing up Reddit Enhancement Suite and all the badges you can add, that reminds me that's another piece of what we need to continue to add are those social features, right? And you just created the EV Mavericks album, right? But really, anybody can post in there. You don't have moderation capabilities or anything like that. That's another thing we need to add where, okay, you're the album creator. Now you can choose to hide a bounty if somebody puts it in there and it's not relevant to your album. Or you can add a header. You can add a description. Right? You can have special tags when people claim a bounty in your album, right? Reddit's already paved the way for this. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. Reddit and Discord. It's just about us being able to add all this stuff, right? There's always new things you can do, but I think that is very critical because we want people like you, right? People who are power creators and power users to look at Poid as this fun tool that they can make their own.
I love it. This is wonderful. Well, we are at 1:50 my time, 10 till the top of the hour. Looks like we got two people. And you're saying, I'm going to refresh the page one more time. It looks like, and you said the claim ID that's the lowest number is the person that was the first. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to click submit for vote. Okay. And then submit claim. And then you sign this as a transaction on chain. So begin the signing process. I'm going to have it push over to my Lattice one, not a sponsor. All right, it's signed. Also, shout out to Rabbi. Okay, so then this is 72% yes, 28%, which is the two of you have abstained. And then
and so at this point, we can come in here and we can vote. Your vote is already cast, right? It assumes if you nominated it to vote, then that means that you're a yes vote on that.
Do I click? I click yes.
Yeah. So you don't have to do anything else. That's a bug. It shouldn't even display because you've already voted. It is hard coded now. It's a 48-hour on-chain voting period.
Okay.
Right? So even though it's over 50%. Right, we have to let the 48 hours pass to give everybody a chance to vote, and then that's just part of the smart contract voting mechanics of it. Is we wanted to keep it dead simple, so it's a hard-coded voting period. And Ghost Boy knows he's had bounties before. He knows it's going to take 48 hours to pay him out. But and you don't have to send money to him.
No, this is going to the other person, right?
Yeah, Dr. Deeks.
Dr. Deeks is going to get a little. He's going to get a little $5 candy bar from me as well.
Love it. Yeah, I'll send him something on Farcaster when I get my phone.
There you go. There you go, Dr. Deeks. It's a good day to be second place, my friend. And Ghost, 48 hours. It says, ask Kenny about his beer bounties.
Beer bounties.
Ghost is asking.
Yeah. So if you go back to the search area.
Okay.
So yeah, it was just a way that I would drum up. Go to bounties. Oh yeah, just type in beer, and then click on the bounties. Oh, not that one. Not with this. Sorry. So
go to the
this
homepage.
album.
Okay.
The albums have they're not perfect, all right? But if you click that bounties tab, there you go.
Now,
right there.
Got it.
Now search for beer. And this will give you the full history of bounties that have had
shotgun a beer. Go get a beer. Guess the beer.
I like beer. And there was a lot of these bounties that was one of them, right? Where I would take like a little shard of a beer and like post that as a picture. And I'd be like, figure out what this beer was. If you click one of these, you might be able to, I don't know which. Yeah, you'll
guess the beer.
Guess the beer, and then click the link. Click that link up there, my Warpcast link. Hopefully that redirects properly. I don't know if these Farcaster people.
Oh wow, yeah, that's crazy.
Poidh is very flexible. You can break a kickflip world record, or you can do a silly beer guess the beer bounty. Right.
That's fun. Yeah, there's a lot to this. I mean, it's simple and easy to deploy, and it's also layered twos. It's cheap, and it gives people a reason to come back and scroll around. I kind of want to send this to my son that's in college because he's very crypto adjacent. He's not really in it like I am. But if I showed him this and I'm like, hey, dude, there's like these little opportunities every day, if you just check in, you never know, you might be able to get something. And then, I like that. Also you were talking about a UI thing let me go back to the homepage. Okay. It'd be kind of cool somehow up at the top. I'm sure you've already thought of this. Is almost like a heat map of like what's getting the most interaction. So it's almost like a sidebar hot list and things are kind of moving up and down in real time as it gets more. Yeah.
Click the main menu hamburger there.
Main menu hamburger. Okay.
Top left next to the logo.
Trending.
So that's the trend. That's the trending albums, right? So you should actually be at the top with, I'd assume EV Mavericks would be at the top. Maybe you got to refresh one more time. But basically that tells you where people are creating bounties in. So it's almost like Reddit, why isn't EV Mavericks?
Well, it maybe takes one more, maybe you got to do more than one. But but you do have something like that. That's cool. I was just thinking almost like a carousel that's just kind of three things at the top 3 things that are flashing.
That's true. Oh yeah, we're always experimenting with it. Like I've tweaked that top a lot. Actually, I know why it's not in there. It's because the bounty moved to vote, and so we don't highlight an album where there's no bounties that are open. So if EV Mavericks wants to get back up to the top, you got to make a new bounty.
Is there is there like going back to the time frame thing? Is there any auto execute where like the guy makes the bounty and forgets about it and like a week has passed? Okay, no auto execute.
Because I don't want any backdoors. I don't want to control anybody's money. Right?
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm a U.S. citizen. I don't like messing around with they put money into my contract, but technically there's a treasure and I can just press a button and I'll take your money. Again, very much I am hardcore decentralization, permissionlessness. I would never build something that isn't fundamentally based off those principles. So I'm never going to have a backdoor. And the reality is that there will be many bounties that people make and you can go find them. They're stale, they're old. Nobody's done them. However, we've also had times where people made one and then a year and a half later they come and confirm it.
Gotcha.
And it's fine. Like that's how the internet is. The internet is full of stale content. And I think having a website where I'm like, I'll never have bounties that never get done, it's just unrealistic, right? So
Gotcha.
I'm fine with it. It makes it more real, in my opinion.
Excellent. Well, Kenny, is there anything else you want to tell the viewers?
Go make a bounty. today, or do a bounty, right? I saw I've listed a lot of things. Follow me on Warpcast, follow me on Twitter, and you'll always see the latest announcements. But mainly, thank you so much for having me on. This has been the funnest conversation about poidh, especially because you got it up and you're going through it. Most of the time, people aren't doing that stuff during an interview. So props to you, man.
Well, I love doing things. I mean, I feel like I want to remove the speculation and start getting down to the actual using. And so if we have a way to do it on live stream, I love doing that because people at home can get a chance to just see how things work. And props to you for coming up with a novel idea that I think it's sweet, and it's very positive. It could be a very positive thing for people, to incentivize others to do things, but also to like challenge yourself to try to achieve things. So, and then the social score that comes with it is it's lovely. So hats off to Kenny. Appreciate you and the rest of the team at poidh.
Much appreciated. Shout out to Evie Mavericks. Hope you guys keep using the album. I'll probably put stuff in there too if y'all don't mind. And hopefully soon I will be able to grant you moderation capabilities.
That'd be great. Album. Hey, and stop by our Ethereum, get in the daily general discussion. This is a really easy thing. If you see a bounty that seems like it makes sense to drop in the daily, come by every day and drop one in,
I need to be in there as a daily participant. I have a 12-year Reddit account, got banned, too many strikes, too much talking crypto. I shared a poidh link in the cryptocurrency subreddit, and I'd shared poidh links elsewhere on Reddit before, right? The Seattle subreddit, right? Because I had a local Seattle, like, hey, do something good, pick up some trash. And I got banned from the Seattle subreddit. And then
is it shadow banned? Is it shadow banned or absolutely banned?
Pretty sure I'm absolutely banned. I cannot log into those accounts anymore. And any account, I had another account which was like, I was proud of that account because I'd gotten to Reddit page 1 back in like 2013 with it, right? Like I was top of page 1 with a meme. They locked me out of that one too. So I got wiped out. I did create a brand new fresh poidh.xyz account on Reddit. Just don't judge me because it's brand new and I feel weird because I have so much Reddit history, but nobody can see it.
Well, here's what you do. You stay in the back channel with me on Discord. You drop links to your Reddit comment. I'll get it approved. I'll make sure you're whitelisted as an approved user. You'll still have to do the 10-day karma hug thing, but that'll be easy because you're going to be green anyway. So as you post, then just drop it in. We're going to take care of you is what I'm telling you, because I think it's fun and it's perfect for the daily general discussion, unless it has to do with technicals. The Ethereum mods that are in the ivory tower above us, they don't like that on the front page, but they gave all of us peasants and heathens the daily general discussion, and it's lit, man. It's a lot of fun. So this is perfect for poidh. We want you there.
Well, yeah, I'll get in there. I'll make a habit of it. Try to get in there every day. Because every day I wake up and I do share a bounty on like Twitter and I share a bounty on Farcaster. And there's no reason I can't add that to my list of like, hey, this is something new. If anybody wants to make money, right there.
There you go. Kenny, once again from poidh, thank you so much. Really appreciate you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, and this is Kenny, you're welcome to stick around if you want me to read Reddit so you don't have to, but this is where we celebrate our weekly Doots, our Doots of the week. So otherwise, it'll be an Irish goodbye, and thanks for hanging out. I really appreciate it.
Yep. Thanks for having me. Gotta go take care of the toddler.
All right. Have fun tonight. We'll see you. Cheers. Awesome. Very, very cool. Well, we're moving on. Weekly Doots time.
Researcher, a great mind. And he's not just writing about Ethereum, he's writing about collusion systems, crypto economics. That would be a tremendous loss to the world, but the Ethereum machine would just keep chugging. 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 Just keep chugging.
All right, the Weekly Doots live stream is all about showcasing the best of the week from the daily general discussion on our Ethereum. This is a read-along reaction series. If you want to follow along, head to dailydoots.com, designed and produced by our very own Hanny Abu. Big thanks to Tricky Troll for capturing and curating each Doots, and the A Word for curating this most beloved weekly list. Make sure to subscribe to us on all of your favorite platforms by visiting dailydoots.com. Let's jump right into it. The morning roundup today. Main Independence 394 chimes in Ethereum. Ethereum Buddy gives us a price at 38.48, and Frank the Tank gives us a ratio at 0.035 on the ratio. A weekly haiku courtesy of JS Tears, Expectation Buff, the Staked ETF, Hot Stuff, Cut Rates Deep Enough. How does he do it? JS Tears, how do you do it? And our ship post of the week goes to Haunted Jockstrap 88. Oh, man. Haunted Jockstrap 88 is a duder, let's see, number 20 for the week with our ship post of the week, because we always like to save the best for first. What if demand just goes up from here? Maybe because of massive ETH adoption. Like maybe if we were bringing large chunks of global payments and settlements on chain. And while that was happening, we knew what the supply would do because it's programmed. I bet you could make a pretty strong bet on price then, huh? Well, I don't know, though. It would also help if we knew that the largest capital pools in the world couldn't even access ETH until recently, if they even can yet. That'd be cool. Oh, I almost forgot. Imagine if the government planned on cutting rates over the next 15 months. I think that'd be pretty nice. Well, I wish. Lads and ladies, it's never been more over than it is now. October, November. A dissemblance of hell in December. I sold all my ETH to buy PLTR. ETH with its shoddy fundamentals and no setup could never go exponential in such a short time. In this market, only fundamentally sound assets like XRP and PLTR can do that. Good luck to you all.
And Zcash.
Yeah, and Zcash.
Blast from the past. Obviously the best fundamentally sound privacy chain, right?
Yeah.
No improvements have been made in like 10 years on it, but like, okay, let's bid up a 500%.
Yeah, it's going, isn't it? Decentralized Banana is sticking around for the long haul, but recognizes the frustration from all the narratives which all come true in every way except for price. And Decentralized Banana this week is a duder number 2, a relative newcomer to the list. Thanks for posting.
To be honest, this one hurts.
This one hurts. I'm as bullish as ever on Ethereum, and I'm not selling until at least 2030. So I can see all this adoption happen and all this tech finally become what we were dreaming about for the last 8+ years. But me and other people here are losing hope of seeing crazy high prices for ETH. And let's break it down instead of just complaining. In the last 8 years, remember these sentences? When institutions will come, we will be rich. When Ethereum scales successfully with layer 2s and the insane fees are gone, massive price gains will happen. When we start burning ETH with EIP 1559, the price will skyrocket. When Ethereum transitions to POS, the 99.9 energy consumption drop and green narrative will finally convince the world to buy ETH. The 90% issuance drop in ETH from moving to proof of stake, aka the triple halving, will create a supply demand that will make the price of ETH pump like never before. When Ethereum enables staking, everyone will be buying ETH to stake and the price will go parabolic. If ETH had a Michael Saylor, ETH would be double its all-time high easily. ETH treasury companies now own more percent of the supply compared to Bitcoin treasuries. If Ethereum had ETFs, the ETH would be doing as well as BTC. If Ethereum had a spokesperson to teach everyone about Ethereum, the world would buy ETH. We now have etherealized for a while, and huge respect to them. If Ethereum had someone like Michael Saylor to talk about Ethereum on TV and podcasts and interviews, ETH would skyrocket. We have Tom Lee now. I should also mention we have Paul Brody out there rocking and rolling. But let's be real. Ethereum has so many things happen that this list is probably way longer. There will be as many more bullish catalysts for Ethereum because Ethereum's fundamentals and upgrades and upcoming tech is so huge and amazing. And there are 2 that I can already think of. When layer 2 start paying for blobs, ETH price will go up. And when ETH ETFs get staking, TradFi will buy ETH at unseen amounts, resulting in huge pumps. But I just can't help wondering if that huge list of insane bullish stuff happened and the price is under $4,000, then there are those 2 new things really going to pump ETH. Are they? or they will just be added to the list above, things that are insanely bullish but did nothing for the price. Again, I remain max bullish for Ethereum, and I'm staying to see this play out because tokenization, stable coins, AI, etc. It's all about to explode, and the majority is clearly happening on Ethereum. When all the financial giants are publicly announcing their layer 2s and saying tokenization and stablecoins are going to take over the financial world, when trillions of dollars go on chain in the upcoming years and the exchange ETH reserves going down more than any girl I've ever met, the price of ETH must go up, right? Well, there is no way it doesn't, and I'm effing staying until then. So F this depressing dog shit for now. It is what it is. Ethereum is winning. Mass adoption is on the horizon. Our time will come and ETH will be worth at least 5% more than it is now. We just need a bit more of that agonizing, excruciating, torturous, harrowing, unbearable, insufferable, and distressful thing called patience. Okay. All right. It's right until it's not. That's all I'm going to say about it. There's a lot of truth to it, and it's correct until it's wrong. I was there
for all of those little bullet points, right?
Yeah.
I was there like, oh yeah, triple halvening. Oh yeah, staking. Oh yeah, staking yield. We're going to get ETFs. We're going to get staking ETF. Like, all these reasons to buy. Oh, now we've got treasuries, and the treasuries actually have a higher percentage of the supply. And like, I'm watching the exchange reserves falling from 28 million to 16 million, and we're lower than we were when we had Monkey JPEGs. It's just like WTF.
Yep, it is a bit. It makes you numb after a while, the disbelief, but it all works until it doesn't. I'm still like,
and just comparisons, the thief of joy, right? Like everything else is doing well around you. Yes. You're like, what am I doing holding this? Like I had all these narratives or the reasons I held it, and none of those touched the price, and it hurts because I have to realize that like I held for 15 narratives till now. I got a couple more, but like obviously all these things coming to fruition have not touched the price as much as I would have thought, or I wouldn't have held this long.
It's one of those deals where it's like, okay, great. All of those things are happening on Ethereum. What is Bitcoin really doing? What is XRP really doing?
Apparently going up in price.
Going up in price. See,
and that's the only thing that there is, right? XRP has nothing going for it compared to all this. And
but it's still stable-ish, I feel like there's just going to be a pile of people on the sidelines in complete and utter disbelief. Because at some point,
that's the most hated rally thesis.
It's the most hated rally ever.
We get down to like 10 million reserves. We get down to 5 million reserves, and then every incremental buy from a DAT or something is just there's no more to OTC. It's all gone, and then it would run. That's a supply crunch thesis. But if we look at how much the exchange reserves have fallen in the last month or two, sure, that's a very sexy projection you can do there, but more than likely it's going to taper off. We can already see the MNEVs have crashed. We can already see that the buy pressure is probably not going to even stay at 200,000 ETH per week, but it's 100,000 ETH per week. That's still 5.2 million per year. That should have an impact if you're at 16 million float and you drop that down to 11 million by the end of next year. I don't know. It just, something about this seems like it seems wrong. It's not just there's a sense of disgust there.
Something's wrong.
It just seems like it's, making you go a little bit insane, because it's like, how can all of this be true? And yet, right? It's questioning sort of fundamental beliefs I have in I don't really believe the market's rational, but in all of the how to pursue my investment strategy.
Okay, so all of these things at the moment feel or seem very true. I mean, the facts are there, but the other fact of this is, great, what are you doing with your ETH in the meantime? Surely this isn't just a one-trick pony speculative hold like Bitcoin, because like you could still make a little bit of yield, a very conservative way to make some yield on it, regardless of the price. And so there's like lazy ways you can put your money to work in this ecosystem. And I'm comparing, the thief of joy stuff to Bitcoin. Like he's not even really complaining. It's a very realist approach. And the best part is they've already stated that their timeline is 5 years. Well, that's 33% more history of Ethereum to unfold, right? If he's been around for 10 years, they're willing to stay another 5 years. Hold on to your hat. I think you'll be okay. But hey, it will be the most hated rally ever. Well said, Logri. For those of you listening, that's LogrisTheBard. He's our technical interviewer here from tokenomicsexplained.com. Go follow his blog. He's number 2 on the rich list, which, by the way, I didn't even read out the rich list for the week. So let's go do that real quick. Aiden Cairo is at number 10 at 118. No, did I get that right? Yeah, 118. Ethical Trade finally climbing up 1 at 119 at the number 9 spot. Crypto Currency at number 8 at 127. JS Tears at 132. Hanny Abu at 134. Tricky Troll at 164. Benito 23 at 176. Super Fizz he climbed up a couple at 235. He was banging the drum for people to go mint their Daily Doots PO apps. If you don't know what that's about, you need to go check out the daily thread because I put another link in there. You can mint a PO app if you're on this list. LogrisTheBard at second place at 245. Harog at the top of the leaderboard at 278. Okay, let's get back into it here. Professor Strangelove sheds light on more brazen corruption via crypto rails, and user ethereum does a deep dive on the different connections and laws being broken. Professor Strangelove is a duder 14 for this week. I need to find ethereum. Okay. It's a totally separate thread here. I'm going to find ethereum as a duder number 5. All right, Professor Strangelove says the wallet that did the big short before the Trump-China tweet seems to also have bet on a CZ pardon in 2025 on Polymarket. According to CoffeeZilla, it's absurd what they get away with. Wow. Ethereum. Furthermore, unfortunately, if you follow the threads and connections, it's all pretty obvious this is more than alleged. It's ongoing and just starting. We've got to accept the simple fact. The Trump family never placed their business holdings in a blind trust. That means when presidential policies or security decisions benefit Trump-controlled entities, it's a direct violation of the domestic emoluments clause. Emoluments clause? I hope I said that right. Emoluments clause. Look that up, Jamie. When those benefits involve foreign actors, such as those through crypto ventures, it's also a violation of the foreign emoluments clause. Knowing this to be true, Trump held a private dinner for the top 220 holders of his meme coin. Early insiders profited from the liquidity, while the Trump organization earned a transaction fee revenue. That's effectively pay-to-play access to the presidency. The Trump family gained majority control of World Liberty Financial, taking about 75% of net token revenue and 60% of total profit. WLF issues the USD1 stablecoin backed by U.S. Treasuries. WLF, that's the World Liberty Financial, and by extension, the Trump Organization, earns interest on those treasuries while USD1 stays in circulation. Once redeemed, that interest income stops. A state-backed Abu Dhabi fund, MGX, used USD1 to fund a $2 billion investment in Binance, giving USD1 more legitimacy, float, liquidity, and profit for World Liberty Financial and Trump. And Trump just pardoned CZ, Binance's founder, who still holds influence over the exchange. As long as Binance holds USD1, these tokens continue earning interest for Trump's business. A Trump child joined the Polymarket board immediately after the SEC dropped a case against the company. The same child invested heavily in the company beforehand. Qatari-linked investors have been buying into the meme coin. 2 weeks ago, Qatar received U.S. approval to build a Qatar Air Force training facility at Mountain Home Air Force Base in Idaho. Idaho? No, Idaho. The overlap between foreign investment and favorable U.S. policy is hard to ignore. These are just a couple of examples. If you, like me, value democracy over kleptocracy, the rule of law, and despise corruption and those who claim to be above the law, then this isn't so what, It's incredibly important as it directly impacts our lives and future generations. No, we will never get rid of corruption. And yes, what Pelosi has done, along with scores of other Republicans and Democrats have done and continue to do, is unabashedly corrupt. That these things are also true does not diminish from the fact that blatant corruption, enabled through savvy use of cryptocurrency technology, is taking place in broad daylight, benefiting the most powerful man in the world as he inhabits the highest office in the U.S. government. Nor does the previous admin's deplorable and secret war on crypto absolve the current or future admins of any responsibility or need to be held legally accountable for their actions. Another's wrongdoing is not my blank check to offend. I understand the frustration that you might feel seeing people like Pelosi in office benefiting from their positions of power, because I feel it too. But the whataboutism argument doesn't hold any water with people like me who could see people doing wrong, who need to be held accountable regardless of their political affiliation. Please take this seriously. It directly impacts you and future generations.
We have pizzas, we have 300 hamburgers, many French fries.
Well written, guys. Thank you. User CoinAnon isn't impressed by the latest Gitcoin UX. And then How Chisel makes a video to help us vote in the Gitcoin grants privacy round. CoinAnon is a duder number 34, and How Chisel is a duder number 5. CoinAnon writes, the Gitcoin grants donation experience has really gone downhill. I used to donate using their checkout flow, which worked really well. Now it makes me fill out a form for each project individually, but there are at least 10 projects that I want to donate to. Surely this is leading to fewer donations. Okay, edit. And apparently you can't donate to one round all on one layer 2. Each project only accepts on certain L2s. How is this better? There's no way that this is leading to more donations overall. How Chisel continues on, user How Chisel. I had a couple of friends, some crypto natives themselves, who had trouble with donating and voting for Gitcoin grants round 24's privacy round. So I've decided to record a quick off-the-cuff tutorial on how to bridge ETH to Arbitrum for gas, swap for WETH, donate on Privote, ensure your unique humanity score is greater than 20, and sign up as a voter to vote and cast your ballot. It's quite a doozy just to donate for public goods, right? Exclamation point, question mark. I promise you, it's not that hard, and it won't take more than 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, that's a user.
All right, how does...
Okay, I don't know if Discord can hear the audio on this, but How Chisel is helping people here on YouTube. So what I'm going to do is I'll put the link in the chat in various places, but you can also just go click on the link at dailydoots.com and then go to the weekly roundups. Scroll down, you'll find it there. How Chisel, by the way, is a wonderful YouTuber, relative newcomer to our subreddit, and I gotta give a shout out to their page, 90 Seconds to Crypto. This guy's really been making some fantastic comments. This is like the second or third week in a row that he's been featured, and I'm gonna keep shouting him out to get him more subscribers, because he makes very high quality, very short videos that can show you how to do different things. And he's creative with this editing, and shout out to How Chisel. So there you go. Thank you so much for helping to get people on board with Gitcoin, despite the apparent UX issues. I'm sure they'll work it out. I do like the idea that, like, we got to get the friction down. You know, hopefully, like, when I check out at a grocery store and I want to give $5 to children's cancer research, it's kind of done in one click. And we need to kind of get there. I know we got wallets to interface with and self-custody issues and all that. That's fantastic. I don't mind it taking a minute or two or even 5 minutes, but if we're getting down the road of 10 to 15 minutes to do a public goods donation, that's a friction that we need to remove. So I wish all the best to Owaki and the rest of the Gitcoin team out there. You guys have been huge, staunch supporters of a ton of public goods projects, and I hope you can fix some of the UX issues for all the people out there that are trying to help out. All right, good. Zach, All right, moving on. Grow the Pie. Grow the Pie, one of our favorite people on the subreddit. Shout out to Grow the Pie. Delivers us a weekly ecosystem summary. Last week, the Ethereum ecosystem demonstrated significant progress in scalability. I think I got... No, that's not. There it is. Significant progress in scalability, adoption, and community engagement. Scalability and performance insights. Here we go. Recently, Ethereum ecosystem transactions per second reached an all-time high of 3,100 transactions per second. That's incredible. Up from 2835, driven by Base, Arbitrum, and other Layer 2 solutions. Projections highlighted in our Quick Bite article indicate potential growth to over 10,000 transactions per second on Ethereum mainnet and over 1 million TPS within the Ethereum ecosystem. Wow. Analyzing the impacts of base lower gas targets, 33% versus 50% increased monthly transactions by 20%, though active addresses decreased from 30 million to 16 million. DeFi transactions grew and NFT activity rose, suggesting a shift towards organic user engagement. World chain active addresses surged to a record 120,000. That's up 58% daily, fueled by Polymarket's mini app launch. We will be updating this metric to include user operations. This figure is currently underreported. Ethereum adoption metrics. The stablecoin supply grew to 173 billion, a 5.5 billion weekly increase. That's up 96% year over year, with mainnet leading adoption, bolstered by its consistent uptime. StarkNet stablecoin growth reached $140 million, a 63% increase in 30 days. Superform transaction growth recorded 1,000% increase in weekly transactions. That's 10,000, and a 258% rise in active addresses to 2,800. Robinhood tokenized stocks tracked 489 stocks with $8 million in on-chain value, showing steady inflows and growing interest in real-world assets. Shopify on Base maintained consistent daily volumes via the commerce payment protocols, signaling Web3 integration in e-commerce. Search Shopify on our platform for details. A16Z State of Crypto report highlighted crypto's maturation, faster chains, and DeFi mainstreaming, with our data featured prominently. All right, here we go in the community discussions. A Polygon POS classification. A community poll showed 2/3 support for including Polygon proof of stake in the Ethereum ecosystem. Let's go. Our founder emphasized open dialogue with Polygon with internal discussions on improving classification, noting that on Reddit, less people were in favor. Gitcoin round 24 interoperability round with less than 2 days remaining, over $100,000 in matching funds, support open standards and infrastructure. Octant Epoch 9 top donors supported projects include Zach XPT and The Rage Tech. Let's see. Rhythm of ETH, user Rhythm of ETH. Here we go. Changing subjects here. Outlines Solana's serious issues affecting their validator set right now. Before I skip off of Grow the Pie, you guys need to check out Grow the Pie. I think it's poidh.xyz. Nope, growthepie.com. Growthepie.com has all kinds of ecosystem measurements from all kinds of different, there's so much data here. It's just incredible. We've had them on the show, continue to support them. They continue to come to the daily general discussion with all this tidbits. So shout out to you guys again. All right. User Rhythm of ETH outlines Solana's serious issues affecting their validator set right now. Rhythm of ETH is a Deuter number 78. Solana is having serious issues with their validator set. The delegating staking approach is not working for most of the smaller in-scale validators, and they've been turning fees to 100% and grifting users just to get by. Solana representatives go on to declare that cutting the fat is a net positive for the chain and kicking them through Discord messages. Sure, Your already heavily centralized validator set is shrinking further. Economic viability is no longer there unless Solana does a 100% year over year. And apparently centralizing further is the way to go. This is like the Bitcoin mining competition theory, but weirdly applied to POH/POS. Unless Solana pumps like crazy or Solana finds a killer story like Pump.fun, I'm pretty sure it's a steady decline from here. So much for the Ethereum killer, the three-front war, etc. All right, user Harog bids farewells to the Haleshki testnet. Harog is he's at the top of our leaderboard, 278. The Haleshki testnet is in its final stages. The planned shutdown is this week. Some large validators just shut down their nodes, and about an hour ago, we just went below the finality threshold. The test network might not be usable within a few days. Haleshki was running for 2 years and has had a rocky life.
How dare you?
Haleshki, First, the Genesis had to be redone due to a configuration error, and the Pector upgrade issues in spring made the network unusable for the intended purpose of testing staking setups. Nevertheless, the network helped, making clients more resilient against large-scale outages, which was great to see. For anyone testing their staking setup, the Hootie testnet has been the replacement since spring, and for smart contract deployments and roll-up testing, Sepolia is still doing great. So, hats off to the Haleshki network. There we go, the testnet. User ETH2353 briefs us on the imminent Hootie testnet Fusaka upgrade. The Hootie testnet goes through the Fusaka network upgrade tomorrow. Previous testnet upgrades, Haleshki and Sepolia, went flawlessly. Hootie is a bit different, with validators run by a more diverse set of node operators. Still, things are expected to go smoothly tomorrow. If everything goes well, we may see a confirmation of the Fusaka mainnet upgrade data as early as next week. Rhythm of ETH this week is a Deuter number 78. Thank you for that update. And finally for this week, 12 Meatballs. 12 Meatballs helps us out behind the scenes here at dailydoots.com. 12 Meatballs checks in from Argentina again today, testing a few apps before using an Ethereum app for everyday commerce. Wow, buenos dias. Another update. 12 Meatballs writes, I have cash in my pocket. I got money in my pocket. And although direct payments using USDC seem to be non-existent, I wanted to try out the local apps and wallets built in Argentina that can help me out. Lemon Cash and Bello require national identity number from a South American country, so that's out. Ripio lists 6 countries, including Mexico and the USA, which said, quote, residents and non-residents, unquote. I started their KYC, which accepted my Euro credentials, but the next step requires a W8BEN. And as I really don't feel like talking to the IRS at this time, I was out.
Fatality.
The clear winner was Peanut App, not restricted by residents. In fact, I don't think it asked for any residential info at all, and was very straightforward KYC based on an identity document of various types. I was approved within a few minutes and able to send USDC on Arbitrum, which I immediately spent on a croissant at a coffee shop. Many, maybe most places here accept QR payments through Mercado Pago, I hope I'm saying that right, and Modo, and you seem to be able to pay a peanut with any of them. It's not quite the decentralized option I was hoping for. All of these are custodial and require registration and KYC. It seems to me that although everyone is excited about stablecoin adoption in Argentina, it's all done through the middlemen. I mean, no shade to Peanut. The apps work great for paying here, and I'm going to keep using it. But what I'm not seeing is a decentralized option, wallet to wallet, where I'm not asking to have permission to use the service and then send my money into a wallet that I don't hold the keys for. Decentralized and trustless, by which I mean I want a solution other than meeting a stranger in the street and hoping they don't bring a wrench. Okay, and 12 Meatballs continues. Posting again about the use of the Peanut app in Buenos Aires, as my previous isn't visible. Probably my bad for including a link. 12 Meatballs, I think hopefully we got you approved on that. Peanut.me is the website. Confirm using Twitter. Lets you install as a Chromium app and a very simple sign up. You have to KYC with an identity document. It took about 2 minutes. Then they assign you a contract address. You send USDC on ARB, and it appears as USDC in your Peanut wallet. Your funds remain in USDC, and transactions are shown in pesos and USD. You can withdraw that USDC at any time. A lot of places let you pay using a QR code, using Mercado Pago or Modo. Everyone that I've tried so far has worked with the Peanut app. Usually they generate a QR code for you. You scan it in the app and then confirm the transaction. The transaction is in pesos, but you see the conversion rate and the full amount in USD. Then the transaction is debited from your wallet. You get a transaction link for more information, but there's nothing on chain. In other instances, the shop has a static QR code. You scan that, and you have a zero value transaction where you have to put in the correct amount. Confirm that, and the vendor in some way gets a confirmation that you paid the correct amount. It's all very easy and very straightforward. Note that you have to have internet access for it to work. I tried to top up my subway card, but the moment I went underground, I lost connectivity. So far, I've been very happy with the simplicity. Right now, they require an invite, but you can find one easily enough on Twitter or use mine in hopes that I get perks. Invite the down thread or DM me. And that is 12 Meatballs to wrap up this week. Well, thanks everybody for sticking around. This was episode 130 for this Halloween 2025. Shout out to Kenny for Poid. Make sure you jump on that app sometime. Congratulations on the winners. I think we had Ghost that sent out our final win there. Really appreciate everybody smashing bells, getting subscribed, and most importantly, stop on by the daily general discussion on our Ethereum. Fire up that Reddit account, knock the dust off of it. We ain't going anywhere. We love that place. All right. Well, thanks so much for subbing and smashing the bells around here. Stick around after the live stream if you want to, because we'll continue the party in the hotel lobby on Discord for a bonus hour of popcorn. It's a fun place to hang out when the parents aren't watching on YouTube. Hi, Mom. On behalf of the EV Mavericks DAO, Ethereum's daily general discussion on Reddit, my name is JT. Cheers and big hugs from Kansas City.